Good morning in America. Ronnie Reagan here to tell you about presidential memes. Sexcapades edition, the earlier years. Not all of our presidents were angels or saints. And not all of the scampy scoundrels were recent. Not everyone can find true love like Nancy and I have. Well, maybe Barack and Michelle, but it's tough. Okay, yes, she was my second wife, but sometimes you need to start a marriage to find out what it is that you need.
But this is not about President Reagan. Today we discuss Presidents Grover Cleveland, President Warren G. Harding and President James Buchanan.
Grover Cleveland, you scamp.
Murray Halpin, what are you doing in the Oval Office?
10 years before you became president for the first time, you pursued me relentlessly. I finally consented to join you for a meal at the Ocean Dining Hall and Oyster House. After dinner, you escorted me back to my boarding house, entered into my room, and then there was not consensual relations. You later promised to ruin me if I went to the authorities. I told you I never wanted to see you again, but 5 or 6 weeks later, I was forced to seek you out because I was in the kind of trouble only you could help me with. The trouble, of course, was pregnancy. 9 months later, our son was born and promptly removed from my custody. You had me admitted under murky circumstances to a local asylum for the insane.
Those damn reporters digging all this up after all this time. This could be a public relations nightmare. Oh well, the best way to defuse this is to be blasé and admitting it is true. But so what? Miss Halpin and I have been illicitly acquainted. I am a bachelor, and she was rather free with her affections. Okay, it was far from nefarious, and has not precluded me from becoming president. Besides, I have a great way to get this off the front pages. I will get married to my best friend's 21-year-old daughter, Frances Folsom. Of course, no one would be so crude as to mention our 27-year age difference. They will be enthralled by her being the youngest First Lady ever.
Oh, Grover, you are such a silly scamp.
Now, Grover, you are not the only president to father a child out of wedlock. I, Warren G. Harding, have done my damnedest to top you. I've been accused of being a bit reckless with my libido.
Haha. Oh, Warren, you are so creative in your love letters to me and your choices of rendezvous spots like the closets, to avoid your wife, while we played in the White House.
Well, we did not hide it too well. Many think she poisoned me. And it did not help that Mrs. Harding refused to allow an autopsy.
You also never acknowledged our love child. You were not only a scandalous president, a lousy husband, and a mediocre lover, you were a deadbeat dad.
I, President James Buchanan, never fathered a child out of wedlock like you two. But like you, Grover, I was a bachelor when I moved into the White House. However, I stayed a bachelor. Sort of. I lived with my dearest friend, Senator, and President Pierce's Vice President William Rufus King of Alabama.
You know they call you Miss Nancy and me Aunt Fancy behind our backs and refer to me as your better half.
I have gone a-wooing to several gentlemen, but have not succeeded with any one of them. I feel that it is not good for man to be alone.
That is why we've shared a house and a bed all these years.
That's history.